Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to the Outcast Squad Podcast.
Yeah,
that's it, is it?
Welcome.
That's it, is it?
No, I want to read a comment. I wanted to read the comment of Team Astronomical says, "Your channel's an advert, but it's class." That's
okay.
Yeah,
he knows his stuff.
I'm leading with that. Yeah. Right. Let me.
Mate, that's what.
No,
is it Misfit to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They say 5-star
that was
reviews,
it. 5-star reviews. They are the fucking best.
Yeah.
Can I just say, right? This is a new podcast, and we just let them go. Welcome to the podcast. That was the intro.
No, hold on. This is all being cut.
No, it's not. This is in. It's live.
No, Josh,
it's rolling. People are listening.
I'm
going
to do very
why am I here?
minimalistic edits for this. Like, if we say it, mention
just
something, I might pop it up on screen, but I'm not going to do anything crazy.
Josh, start the video here.
No, this isn't. This is prequel stuff.
Prequels.
Right. This can be in the Patreon pre-show. Anyway.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen of the internet,
Dude, I'm on the phone!
Outcast Squad Podcast. Team Astronomical says, your channel's an advert, but it's class.
We are very class. I will admit we are class. Ben?
I'd say we're slightly overrated. But
wow.
We'll go for it.
Ben, your self-worth is so much more than that, mate. Don't put yourself down.
You're better than this, Ben. You're better than this.
I believe. Okay, guys, I believe.
So welcome to the first episode of the Outcast Squad Podcast.
Big up.
Brought to you by myself, Mr. RJ. We've got Mr. Simply Ben.
There's no Mr, just Simply Ben.
And Josh.
And yeah,
I'll say my own
you've
name.
got the simplest name.
What's his name? It's just Josh,
My name's Josh. Alright?
No, not Josh, mate. Let's not to be confused with other mates on the internet.
Jack, mate.
Just Josh. Jack, mate.
Well,
thank you for listening to the podcast. Hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we did 3 intros for this, and that's all we got. This is good, lads. Just watching. What, we in 2 minutes? Another 8 minutes, and we're there.
Time to segue, I think. So, as you will have seen via the title of this podcast, we are going to be telling the Magaluf story, or the CIA story.
Stories,
Stories.
Jeez, plural, mate.
Quite the evening was had. But only by myself and Ben. Josh wasn't there. He has heard the story before, but he will be asking some questions, and we'll be diving deep into the Magaluf story.
I will be the viewer's eyes and ears for...
He's the Simon Cowell of this. He's judging.
Pretty much.
So, Ben, I think we should give them a precursor. To those of you who are not aware of us, we're a group of friends.
People aren't aware of us.
YouTube videos. Hi, Mum. It's great to have you here.
Yeah. Hi, Kelly.
And hi, one Spotify listener. And hi, Apple Music listener, hopefully.
We can dream.
So, the story... let me start from the beginning. Ben, when did we decide to go on holiday? I don't actually recall going and planning it. I just remember...
It was your idea, RJ.
Yeah. Don't rope me into this. I'm a survivor. Okay.
So...
Yeah, no, we were leaving sixth form. So what, were we about 18?
Yeah.
18, 19?
Yeah.
You were 18.
18.
We must have been.
18. We were like, lads holiday, let's go.
Lads.
What we didn't realise, which I don't know if you want to explain now, or leave it...
Hang on, can you just explain what time of year you went on holiday?
Yeah. So basically... We know Magaluf.
We wanted to save some money.
Yeah, we wanted to go cheap. And listen, we thought Magaluf. It's a cheap place. It's a good lads' holiday.
Year round, family fun.
Family?
Definitely not family fun. If you're going there with your family, mate, questions need to be asked.
Been to Benidorm with my mum. That was an event. Anyway.
Kelly's a cool mum, though.
Kelly is a cool mum. Yeah, sorry, Ben.
Yeah. So right. Yeah, I'm going to say that a few times. Listen, so we thought, Magaluf, lads' holiday, let's go, cheap, bit of booze and that, right? Loads of people partying there. It never goes off. There's not an on-season or an off-season. We thought it's like Benidorm. There's loads of, you know what I mean? Every
24/7
party central. We went at Christmas.
We
no
did
one there.
go at Christmas.
No one there.
No, but I think, Ben, I don't think you're doing it justice just to how much there was nobody there.
No, yeah.
When we arrived, the airport the airport was very quiet, but we thought, oh well, we did get some cheap tickets, so maybe we've just come at like not peak time.
Everyone comes at night. We thought.
Yeah. So we get a shuttle. We booked a shuttle to
2 people on
hotel. Yeah. So when we get to the hotel, there's no one really there. We didn't really see much open, but then we remembered, it's Spain. They have siestas in the afternoon. Everyone must just be in bed.
Did you remember what happened before that, though? Before we come to that conclusion? When we went, there was a bit where we were walking down the strip, like, let's go find where the strip is or hotels like there, but this is where we're going to be partying, right? Let's go see where we're going to be, right? That's what we were driving past. Literally, something out of Clint Eastwood movie. Like, all the haze just barreling over in the road.
It hadn't quite clicked yet. No, not even the bloody tumbleweed was there.
Yeah, tumbleweed,
so
that was
quite clicked. And we were going down the strip, just like scouting out for later, because we got there quite early in the morning.
Yeah.
We were like, right, where we'll go, and we saw a few places. I mean, they were all shut, but it wasn't the night. We weren't expecting them to be open.
Yeah.
There was one pub that was open, but we'll come back to that one a little bit later. But yeah, we're going down the strip, and we're like, oh, cool place here. Oh, that looks fun. Oh, they've got a bull on the outside. Oh, this will be great. So we made a few notes. We couldn't see any opening times, but we just imagined, a couple of hours it'll be open. So we head back to our hotel. And now it was a self-catering hotel, wasn't it, Ben? Self-catering.
It was, but do you remember, because we were going to go to the beach, weren't we?
Oh yeah, the beach.
Because that's where we were like, oh, okay, everything's cooked. They're all at the beach, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, the siesta.
Sunny day, really hot day. I was wearing shorts. I don't wear shorts often.
Yeah.
So we went to the beach, didn't we, Ben?
Yeah. We don't wear shorts for nothing. We're not athletes.
Shorts for nothing.
But as we were going to the beach, some guy did drive past us and laugh at us.
Yeah, we
in
didn't
his
know
Ferrari.
Did they actually?
Yeah, we were like, oh, why is he?
We just thought someone was taking the piss because, like, we were sticking out like sore. I mean, aside from being the only people there, we were sticking out like sore thumbs. We're there, like lads holiday, me and Ben, ready to take over the world.
Just us there.
We go to the beach, and I cannot. You guys need to picture this in your head. Imagine standing on the biggest beach you can imagine. Look left and look right, and see nobody.
Literally nobody.
No chairs. It was like the whole beach was a private beach just for me and Ben, and we both looked at each other, had the same look.
Like, oh no.
So you're going on holiday expecting to have the best time of your life, and you've gone there
at Christmas,
and it was disappointment from the get-go.
No, like the thing was, right, obviously it was sort of, to me, it felt sort of surreal when we saw it empty. Because it was something out of like a zombie film where you see like the aftermath.
We did discuss making a zombie film.
Yeah, we got.
Oh, this would be quite funny. We never did. We should.
Because
go back Christmas, try it again.
I know we said one guy drove past us and had a laugh at us, but that was the only time someone went past us. The rest of the time, it was literally just us. Like, you couldn't make it up. It was literally just us.
We played a game. I say we. I did. This was on day one. We were there for a 7-night holiday. FYI, let's just let that sink in. 7 days. Me and Ben are there.
Yeah.
I just laid in the middle of the main road for half an hour to prove that there was no cars, no bikes, no buses. Like middle of the main road, where just nobody. So it gets to the middle of the day, and we're
pretty depressed.
We're like, okay, things will still open later this evening. And me and Ben started to get a bit hungry because we needed to eat. But everywhere's closed currently, so we'll just go find a little supermarket or something. The supermarkets were closed. The corner shops were closed. Literally everything.
There was one guy open, wasn't there? One guy open sold like bottles of water.
Who we
and
never
that was
found
it.
Again.
We've never seen again.
I think this guy had just opened to do some dusting or something, and it just happened to be when we were strolling back. We did find one shop. Was it a Lidl or an Aldi? But it was a mission away, like a proper mission.
Just for anybody that doesn't know, Spain has a lot of off seasons anywhere you go, so loads of shops are shut.
Well, we didn't know that. We thought it was like Benefit.
Spain is very common for shops being closed during off season, just because they don't make money over there because they're not a rich country like the UK. So
yeah, Josh was offered to go on.
Yeah, I was offered to go. I couldn't go because of circumstances, but
he could have warned us.
I know a lot about Spain. I go to Spain I've been to Spain a few times.
Oh yeah, because we booked your ticket, didn't we? Like, and you had to pay like half. We covered your other half.
I couldn't go because of circumstances. So.
Anyway, yeah, but on the way back from the shop, we did discover something that would become quite crucial to this story. Saw a vending machine.
Oh wow! Okay, that was the only supply of food.
Yeah, the only supply of hot food on demand that we could find was from a vending machine that cooked burgers. Now, it's the off season. We've come to realise so this vending machine won't have been touched, and for €1 you could get a burger.
Can you explain what a vending machine looks like in Spain as well? Because they are
a big orange thing. You don't see the food.
Yeah, they are completely different to what they are in the UK.
Yeah.
So just explain what they look like for the viewers.
Box with so imagine just a big orange rectangle with some like cartoon art on it of burgers and stuff and hot dogs and like things you don't really want to be putting inside you. And then with just some buttons that don't look like the thing worked, but I thought I'd try it out. It's only €1. Put euro in. Pressed it started rattling, making these sounds. Like, I thought it was going to explode at one point.
Yeah.
And then just out literally flies into this little compartment this like burger that is steaming hot. It wasn't too bad. I'm pretty sure I did get the shits a few days later.
Didn't we both have a
could
pizza?
Be for a number. Yeah, it did pizza, didn't it?
We both had pizza out of it. Yeah.
Oh god.
Terrific.
This vending machine was our lifeblood. We get back to the hotel. We picked up tea bags and milk and stuff. But do you remember the kettle situation, Ben?
There wasn't like one, was there?
Yeah, no. That
made it worse.
So we had to get a pan and boil water, which took forever, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because it was an induction hob, and it was the worst thing I've ever used.
Yeah.
It outputted nothing. It was like a cup warmer.
I know.
Like, that is how hot it got.
I mean, we were sort of a little bit happy once we had a cup of tea. Because we're very English. But the thing is, right, the worst thing about the hotel, right, it was covered in ants. Our room was covered in ants on the floor, right? And the worst thing was ants everywhere, all over the floor, right? And the worst thing was, after a couple of days of this, we finally go down to reception, like, yeah, we've got ants, like, we just can't deal with this anymore,
can't hack it,
right? And the guy couldn't speak any English behind the thing. He goes, one minute, like, he goes around the back, gives us this bottle of ant killer that's half empty. So they have this problem a lot, right?
Because when we went down the lift, we were like, right, let's see if we can, like, it's a bit of a crap holiday so far.
Get a bigger room.
But like, yeah, let's have a little bachelor pad or something. Yeah, and just gives us this half thing of spray.
Like, okay, this is where we are.
That is actually amazing. Right. That you thought you were going to get an upgrade and then
he goes out with an ant spray. He goes, there you go.
So, Ben, before I start talking about the evening,
yeah,
are you okay if I talk about what happened in security at the airport?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, so
that's integral.
Long story it is quite integral. So that big massive thing that we've missed here, when we were at the airport, we were going through security.
At this point, we were still hopeful. Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't know. In my pocket, as I was emptying out my big coat, I realised, some backstory to this, I used to take something called modafinil to help me study, like keep me laser focused. If you've ever seen the film Limitless, it's a bit like NZT. It makes you wired and does things to your brain. But the thing is, I had 2 tablets, and I'm in security, and I don't know what the law is on them because I'm prescription only. And I turn to Ben, and I'm just saying, I'll happily throw one down the hatch right now, but like I need you to do one.
Can you shove one up yet? Oh no, that didn't happen.
So we both take these tablets, and they do take a while to kick in. And so we were laser focused in the evening, like, right, let's try and find somewhere to go get a beverage or something.
We've got to drink our sorrows away, because that night it's dawned on us this is what the holiday's like. And we're depressed. Like, honestly, there were times where me and RJ, it was just a battle of survival. Who was going to snap and kill the other one?
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. So we head down the road of the hotel, and we find a pub. The pub, the name of the pub. Ben, what was the name of the pub?
It was the Prince William.
the Prince William now. The Prince William.
If anyone's listening that's been to Magaluf, you probably would have seen the Prince William.
And you probably didn't go in it.
Yeah.
So we go to the Prince William. Prince William is the only bar open, and it just happens to be next to our hotel. So we go there, and I think the footy was on, wasn't it, Ben?
Yeah, because I wanted to watch Liverpool. I was desperate just to find anywhere I could to watch Liverpool, because that was going to be my only saving grace.
And so because I dragged Ben this holiday, I felt really bad for all that had happened. So I went and got us some shots. And like buying drinks, like I was just trying to be a good mate and make up for all my mistakes. So I go to the bar and I ask for a shot. She's like, "What do you want for a shot?" I should also specify. I'll come back to this lady later who served me. Imagine Cruella de Vil, make her homeless and not rich. That is who served us. Lovely lady though, lovely. We'll come back to her. Yeah, and she says, "What shot do you want?" And I went, "We need spice up our night. Like, give me some
the strongest stuff."
Literally the strongest stuff, right?
Yeah.
Don't even know what it's called. We have tried to track this down. All she said was it's 80%. That's all she said. And me and Ben were putting these down the hatch, like for the next 45 minutes. But the problem was when we did the first one, like it tasted a bit weird. And like shots usually hit us both straight away. And so we thought, oh, she said it's 80%, but it's probably just some sours or something.
Yeah, but we are on those tablets, which completely for me, like when I'm necking these down, I can't feel it, and it's 80% because of these tablets.
Yeah. We'd forgotten we'd taken these tablets, and yeah, these tablets they make you not hungry. They make you super focused. So if you're watching the footy, doesn't matter if you don't feel pain a lot. Like literally, it just makes you can only concentrate on one thing.
Captain
at a time.
America.
And so we are just putting these shots down for 45 minutes. And I know 45 minutes because we only started drinking these at half time on the footy.
Yeah.
Because by the end of the match,
it was a complete shit show.
Oh my god, wasn't it? Wasn't it just?
Can I explain something? Right.
Yeah, go.
So the game was Liverpool-Chelsea, right? This is when Mo Salah's first season, for anyone who may know anything about football. So it's the goal. Oxlade-Chamberlain slides it through to Salah. Salah tucks it away, bottom right-hand corner. Now, again, it's coming to like the 80th minute. Me and RJ between us have probably done what? Probably about 20 of these each.
Oh, easily
20 of these each. 80%.
Because we thought they were scamming us. We thought they were just like because we couldn't feel that we could not.
We could not feel the effect at all.
Bear in mind, these tablets I've never drank on before because I've only ever used them to study.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had no idea if the effects that it has with alcohol.
Yeah. And
go on, Ben. You
yeah. So then RJ was sitting at the bar at this point, right? I'm watching the football. There's a couple of other local fans that somehow in there. Miraculously.
Yeah, but aside from one or two people, it again was empty.
Yeah.
This place looked like it could handle 500 people, and there's about 4 of us, and one of them's the bartender.
Exactly, right. And so then RJ, it's about coming back to the 80th minute in the game, right? RJ goes, there's a kebab shop next door, which is called the Prince Harry. I'm gonna go get a kebab.
There's a lot of princes, isn't there? In
yeah, exactly.
I forgot about the Prince Harry.
Exactly. Little ginger kebab shop. Right, yeah, no, yeah. So RJ's gone for a kebab, right? And now it's come to about the 80th minute. Simon Mignolet is still bloody in goal for Liverpool.
How we will never
Josh,
know.
you will know the frustration.
Ben, don't even get me started, lad. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can accept that when Willian chips him in like the 80th minute, right, from the edge of the box, I'm fuming. I'm thinking, right, I've had enough of this.
I think we were all fuming at that point. So.
Yeah. Right. So I've got up to go footless. Like, where's RJ? Right. And then, but as I've stood up, the effects of the alcohol have now hit, and like the 20 plus shots we've done, at 80% that I previously wasn't feeling
at once. Because so what happened is, so I don't know what's the tablets, but I don't know the science behind it. We'd been doing these shots together, like cheersing each other every time. So we'd taken the tablets at the same time, then the shots at the same time, and almost like clockwork. So this happened while I was at the kebab shop, when Ben stood up at the same time in 2 different spaces. All 20 shots hit us, at once.
Yeah.
Like we had just downed a bottle of this stuff.
Because I remember going to get up and my legs just completely went, and I just went, nope, and sat straight back down.
I was ordering the food at the time.
I can imagine the bartender that's giving you these shots like, yeah, these are 80%, like, don't drink lots, and then you're just all there down in these 80% shots, one after another, for a straight 45
they needed
minutes.
the business.
And she's just sitting there like, fuck me, these aren't getting up in the morning, they are dead.
She must have thought we were bloody truthful.
Oh, yeah.
Putting them back.
Oh, yeah.
English, amazing, keep drinking.
So did you come round to me for the next 5 minutes? Like I don't really recall.
I do.
The next bit. Do you want? You do the next 5 minutes, Ben.
Yes, the next 5 minutes. It's coming to the end of the match. I still can't get off the stool. It's gone past the game. The game's now finished, right? This is about 10, 15 minutes. I can't get up, right? And I'm thinking, where the hell is RJ? I've texted him. He's not. Where is he? Right? He only went for a kebab. I'm thinking, what's going on? In my head, for some reason, I'm thinking, he's got mugged. Or in my head, because RJ's mentioned these tablets.
Who's mugged me?
Exactly. No one there. Either he's been mugged or he's gone to buy weed.
The guy that laughed you in the Ferrari came back to
Yeah. Right. So I thought he's either got mugged or he's gone to buy weed or something.
That's a
That was my genuine thought process, right? Because that sets up some of my actions later on. Right. So then RJ then sort of comes around the back of the Prince William just outside, right, and sort of comes back in. At this point, I sort of slowly get up to try and get out, stumbling out, run into RJ, and then he's like, "Come on, follow me," or something like that, weren't you?
Yeah. So I'll jump here. So yeah. So now my consciousness kind of comes back. For a few minutes, it just disappears. So which will make sense now. And I'll leave the reveal for a few more minutes, and I'll tell it from Ben's perspective. But anyway, my point is, so Ben comes to me, and kebab in hand, I'm so serious to him, and I'm like, Ben, like you need to follow me.
Yeah, you need to come with me right now.
Yeah, like
I thought at this time, right? Because you were like, you need to follow me. I'm going to get us back, right? Because we ended up going the wrong way round. We went right round the beach, up a hill, and stuff. We'll get to that.
Hold on, Ben. Hold on.
But I thought you were being a good mate. This whole time, I thought in my head, he's just trying to make sure I'm safe. I feel like he's just being a good mate here. He's trying to get me back to the hotel. That's a nice thing.
let me flesh this out a little bit. So, Ben doesn't know I'm as fucked as I am. Okay, like that. Ben thinks this has only happened to him, and because of how serious I am, he thinks, He can see I'm drunk. He's getting me some fresh air. But what I had said to him was, we need to get back to the hotel. Follow me. Now, the Prince William and the Prince Harry are literally right next to the hotel. And I went the opposite way deliberately. And I was like, you need to follow me. Ben thinks, he's taking me some fresh air before we go back to the hotel. What a good mate. He's looking out for me. Now, I was looking out for him, but for a totally separate reason. So I go towards to a beach and we go down an alley, and I literally grab Ben and like stop him, and I look around the corner, and then we continue to the beach. Like I'm scouting out the area.
But the thing is as well, so while you're doing this, going right, follow me, keep on me, keep going, right? For some reason,
oh my God,
I have decided that for what happens to RJ later on will reveal. But what happened to me in this moment is I decided I was a YouTube vlogger.
A famous one?
Like... I thought I had subs. I thought I had bang.
Apropos of nothing, right. Ben pulls out his phone and starts vlogging.
And by the way... Ben
wasn't a vlogger at the time.
I wasn't.
Isn't he still?
I was talking to the camera as if I was a YouTuber. Just following. Like, my speech is all blurred, right? I can't speak. Slurred. I cannot speak. I cannot speak a word of English, right? I'm speaking to the camera and going, your RJ's trying to get back to the hotel, but right, and I've still got these videos on my phone.
Oh God, I remember watching these. They were hilarious.
So I'm filming everything while RJ's doing this.
So what is a 2-minute walk to the hotel? We spent an hour getting back to the hotel because I took us down this route, down alleys, down beaches.
We ended up climbing up a hill.
Yeah, so the hotel was on the top of a hill, and there was a single road to get up it. and the rest was just like covered in dirt and bark and trees.
Yeah.
And I made us climb through that because we could not go through the road. And Ben's like, "Why are we going this way?" And I'm like, "Ben, like you need to trust me. Like I will explain it later. Everything's okay. I need you to trust me. Like you've never trusted me before."
Yeah.
Then what was going through your mind
So we
at this point?
Yeah.
Like, what were you thinking? Because obviously it probably didn't make sense to you at all. But like, what?
I mean,
when RJ's telling you just to follow him and just trust him,
but the problem is
not ask questions.
So in my head, he's gone away. There's two things going on in my head. There's two things like he's just trying to get me back to the hotel because I'm wasted, and I know I'm wasted, right? And I know I'm talking to my phone and I'm completely gone and I can hardly walk. So I'm thinking, literally, I am just thinking he's trying to keep me safe, right? I think he's been a good mate. He's been a good mate here. There's that, and there's also, he's met a drug dealer and he's pissed him off.
Yeah, Ben thought I pissed off the wrong person.
Yeah.
I was avoiding.
That was.
To be fair, that would have been my go-to thing if I was there. It would have been RJ's actually just done something really bad. We need to get back to the hotel ASAP. They're coming for us.
Well, to be fair, Josh, if you were there, you would have been on these tablets as well, probably, because it was so depressing. Yeah. And you would have been probably thinking because of how depressing it was. So you would have been just like me.
Let's go and get some tablets because I cannot deal with this holiday no more.
Yes, exactly. We couldn't even find drug dealers. That's how empty it was.
Yeah, literally. So we get to the hotel and I make Ben sneak past the reception to get to the lift. Yeah, like
it's like someone else spoke the cell. Like James Bond, like crawling past the reception.
Like I remember at one point I had a coin in my pocket and I debated throwing it behind the desk so that they would turn away, like use distraction. Like that was the level that I was thinking. Like I need to get Ben to the hotel room.
It's
now.
kind of a good job you didn't, RJ, because I could actually see you getting kicked out for doing stuff like that.
Yeah. So we get to the hotel room and Ben just Ben goes in the room. So do I. But as I get in the room, I barricade the front door. Like I move the couch, I move any furnishing that is not bolted down, and I put it in front of the door.
Coats.
Ben clocked on at this point.
Desk.
Couch.
No, but the thing is, so at this point, I'm like in the room, right? And then I'm also, for some reason, Josh, you're a big fan of the film Wolf of Wall Street.
I am.
I've decided I'm wasted, can hardly walk, like them in that scene where.
The lewd scene
in the movie when they was just crawling on the floor getting in his car.
Can't get into his Lamborghini.
Yeah, exactly. I've decided I'm like this in this situation. I'm gonna crawl around on the floor in the dirt with the ants.
Oh so my god, I forgot about that.
I'm just crawling around the floor.
I mean, it gets better for Ben in a minute. So I can
contribute to Ben's story when it gets to it. Because of the amount of videos Ben sent in chat were a bit... I honestly, I was disturbed at one point. I was like, what the hell? I honestly thought Ben had got on some hard-ass gear and went so hard. I was like, I was like, oh my god, I've never seen this side of Ben before. Ben's on some mega shit right now. He's like, Ben's on the hardcore. Like, Ben's gone to like Spain and done Gary's. Like, he's that gone.
Yeah.
Honestly, it probably would have been a less hectic experience had we done something like that.
Yeah.
So I go in the bathroom and I throw up because I'm dying.
Yeah.
I come out of the bathroom after cleaning myself up. Throwing fists. I come out of the bathroom throwing fists towards Ben because I thought I saw somebody, then I realised it was Ben.
And he's coming at me with fists. I'm like, what the?
So I grab Ben, and I'm like, Ben, I need to tell you something. I'm sorry, I'm sorry I've not been able to tell you before.
Can I deliver the line?
Ben.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounds
Ben,
like
I'm CIA.
you're gonna admit that you were in
You
love with him.
cut me
Sorry.
off.
At the punchline!
I'm sorry, but it sounds like you're about to say, I'm in love with you.
At one point, I swear to God, I thought, shit, is he gonna bum me?
Like, that's what it really sounds like. I'm getting that type of vibe from
Because
it.
how weird is it? Right, he's barricaded the door. He's made a really big effort to get me back to the room. He started barricading the door.
Like, honestly, it does sound like
He's then grabbed me.
So I've grabbed Ben and I've gone, Ben, I'm CIA. And
Have
Ben
been
was
since the age of
literally
6.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Ben, I've been CIA since 6. So what had happened
My cup was blown.
when I went to the kebab shop, it was as if, and this isn't made up, to my perspective at the time, I had invented memories, and I could recall them clear as day, that when I was 6, my mum handed me over to the CIA, and I was being trained as a sleeper agent, and I had been activated in the kebab shop. I have memories of that night, knowing 100% for fact I worked for the American government.
Because I remember
and out of no...
when you said it, there was initially... now, there was a split second, and I mean a split second. I mean, I was absolutely off it, right? But when you said it, I went, fuck, he's right.
It all makes sense
fuck, he's right. In my head, he went, fuck, you're right, he is.
Why else would he bring me to Magaluf?
Exactly. It all makes sense now. And then, but the problem was, that was only a split second, and then after it went, what the fuck is he talking about?
But the thing is, so a few moments after this, it's a bit blurry, but what I remember is I was passing out, like my body was shutting down.
Oh yeah, you collapsed.
And yeah, I collapsed, but I was still awake. I was paralysed.
Do you remember?
Ben, who do you call?
No, so the thing was, right? So bear in mind, this is a couple minutes later. We then got into the room, right? And the bed around the bedroom, it's got just like one room, but it's got 2 beds in it, right, at either end, right? So RG's like, we got in the room, and then RG's then got his bed, shoved it right up against the door, because in his head, his cover's blown and someone's coming after us, and he's called for evac.
Literally, I was.
Yeah.
I was.
And then he passed out, and then I went, "Fuck, he's dead," right? And I started checking his pulse.
Oh, you did? Bless you, mate. Bless you.
I started checking his pulse, right? And then after that, I realised, oh, I've got a missed call off my mum and dad. I was texting them while the football was on. This is probably a good time to have an hour-long phone conversation while he's passed out.
Ben called his mum.
I can hardly speak. To this day, they still think it was just, what's the alcohol shots, the Red Bull and...
Jaegers.
Jaeger bombs.
It was just, they thought I just had
now.
a shit ton of Jaeger bombs. And I cannot speak, and they're taking the piss out of me on the phone, because I can't speak.
Half an hour into the phone call with Ben and his mum, I regained control of my body after some sheer willpower, because I can hear Ben on the phone, and all I'm thinking is, he's putting them in danger. What if he tells his mum I'm CIA? Like, that's going to put her at risk, that's going to put us at risk even more. And I start wrestling Ben for his phone to get it off him, because he needs to hang up that call or they're going to trace it.
I was like, get the fuck off.
Literally. I was full on scrapping with him to try and get this phone, but I only just have my motor functions back. So I mean, I'd like to think I could take you normally, Ben. You whatever. Like you were all over me, and then I pass out for the night. I'm teetotaled.
And then we wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, go get towels, and then we sleep with putting cold towels on our head.
Yeah.
And then we woke up at about 4 o'clock the next morning in the afternoon.
The worst. So yeah, we both woke up about 3 a.m. I realised, maybe I'm not CIA.
We sort of realised what's just happened.
I apologise to Ben, and we have the worst headaches. But again, no shops, no paracetamol. So I go in the bathroom and soak towels in cold water, and we just both lay there with them on our heads, just like trying to get this pain to go away. Yeah. Then we stay in bed till about 4 p.m. the next day.
Yeah.
With I've never had a hangover like it.
Yeah.
Never. I've blacked out before, but I've never woken up with that kind of hangover, retaining the memories. And I think that was the tablets, because they improve your memory temporarily.
Yeah.
I think had it not been for those tablets.
Oh yeah.
Just saying, RJ is not advertising these tablets as a thing you should go out and try.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't condone it.
Yeah, we would have passed out.
Especially if you're playing football.
Ha! Another story for another day.
Especially if you're drinking alcohol, which we didn't know about at the time.
So we can probably wrap up the rest of the story. So, that was probably the most adventure that we had on the first. Bear in mind, I think we blew hundreds of euros that night
in a casino at some point as well.
Oh,
in a casino that we never found again. And at some point, even when I went back a year later to Magaluf with a few of my other mates, in proper summertime, proper season. And I could never find this casino. So I'm starting to think, did we make it up? But
yeah, but we shared the same. Oh, honestly, anything could have happened. So the next few days, nothing is open, and I mean nothing's open. We walk around, we explore the place. The highlight of our holiday, aside from the CIA story, was the Infinity War trailer came out, and it blew our minds.
That was the because then we spent the rest of it watching that again and Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, we watched Doctor Who, didn't we, in the room?
Yeah.
But I didn't bring my HDMI for the TV, so we just cooped it on my laptop.
Do you remember the only girls that we see on that holiday as well?
What were the chances of that happening?
And we thought, this is like another night later in the holiday, Josh. Do you know about this, Josh?
I'm not too sure.
Don't ruin the punchline just yet. Like, let's get the build up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So this is another night. We're back in the Prince William because it's the only bar that's open. Just to reiterate again. But we're there, and then these girls are also there from England, and it's like, whoa,
yeah,
there's girls here.
Well, I still get their names wrong to this day. I remember it was Emerald and...
It was
what?
It was Jade and Emerald, and then because we were
Emerald.
like, we're the only lads here. This is open.
You're the only girls here.
Yeah, exactly.
And because they'd done the same thing, they told us the same story. Like, oh yeah, we come here. We thought, we get it cheap. Come away for a birthday, and we're like, okay. And they were staying in the same hotel, the floor above us. Like we were talking about room numbers.
So we were like, we're in here.
So me and Ben, pulling our finest moves by these girls, drinks for about an hour. We're talking to them, we're buying drinks, and then I say, because like the bed situation and things did seem to be going in a way, and we were trying to be respectful. I pulled Ben to the toilets to have a chat.
No, it wasn't like that. I just went to the toilet and you were in there because you went before. Yeah.
But the thing is, we had a chat and just like briefly said, I can't believe this is happening. Of all the things, like. If something does happen, what's the go? And we discuss what would happen.
Yeah.
And then we walk out the toilets. Now, please understand, and I need everybody who's listening to understand this. For the past few days, there had, aside from the hotel staff and the woman at the bar, there had been nobody in all of Magaluf that we had seen inside the other guy in the Ferrari. There had been nobody.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, we walk out of the toilets into the Prince William, and there are two guys.
Oh no, it was more than two. There was like 4 or 5.
I remember 2.
Yeah, it was like 4. It was like 4 of them.
Oh, anyway, and these guys, like, if you've watched any of our videos, you'll see me and Ben aren't the manliest of men. All right.
Beta males.
These guys were like muscle-bound oil gods, like Love Islanders. They might as well have been.
Yeah.
Like if you saw one of them on Love Island, you'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then there's me and Ben, Twiggy and Twiggler, and they've just stolen.
Just stole the girls. They started chatting them, and then they just went away and sat with them, and it was like.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the hotel, and we heard them in their room laughing.
No! Stop! Don't do that yet, because I'd insult to injury. So yeah, these guys disappear, and we stay in the Prince William for a little bit. And this is where Mr. Twister happens. We met Mr. Twister.
Well, we didn't meet him.
So this Cruella de Vil.
In the bar.
We just ended up talking to her because she was the only other person. Yeah. And she was like, I can't remember how it came up, but she was like, have you guys heard of Mr. Twister? And we're like, no, we thought it was a drink.
Yeah.
And so on the pub TV, she takes control of, and she puts on this YouTube video of a lady demonstrating how Mr. Twister is used. Now, Mr. Twister is a vibrating dildo that turns and twists, so it doesn't just go up and down, it goes round and round as well.
Hence the name Mr. Twister.
Now, why she was telling 2 18, 19-year-old lads about this, I'll never know. But we have enough. We finish our drinks, we go back to our hotel, and we go and sit on the balcony. But if you remember, these girls were on the apartment above us, and we can hear these 2 lovely ladies having a lovely time with the gentleman above. We heard laughing, turned into more laughing.
Something else.
Which then turned into screaming, some would say. But the chances of having nobody there. We never saw them again.
No, that was it. That was it.
For the rest of the holiday, they were there for a week. They were there for longer than we were. Didn't see them again. Didn't see the guys again. Like, it just disappeared off the face of Magaluf.
Yeah.
Wasn't impressed. It got to the point where about 4 days into this, and we still had like another 3-4 days to go. We looked at flights trying to get home because there was just nothing. We had money, but nowhere to spend it. The Prince William, we had spent way too much. And we just weren't getting more out of the holiday, but it was too expensive. The cost to get home was more than the whole holiday combined.
Yeah. And then we just basically had to brave it out, watch Doctor Who in the hotel room, and get smashed at the Prince William every night.
And every 3 hours, we'd look at each other. What would we say, Ben?
Because of Peter Capaldi in the Graham Norton interview we found on YouTube.
No, not that.
Oh,
no,
what?
About the going insane bit.
Oh yeah. Every 3 hours. Yeah. Oh yeah. Every 3 hours, one of me or RJ would have a mental breakdown and just start going apeshit. Because how bad it was.
Dude, I'm going insane. Like, I'm actually like, I'm about to start. Yeah, but because we've watched Doctor Who. Oh, by the way, this hotel didn't even have Wi-Fi. The reason we got Wi-Fi is because I constructed this crude antenna to pick up Wi-Fi signal from the hotel opposite.
Yeah.
And it was the worst signal we'd ever had.
And then, because of that Peter Capaldi thing, he said in an interview to Tom Hanks, it's orgasmic. So
absolutely orgasmic.
It's absolutely orgasmic. So we just started saying that as a phrase. I mean, nothing about the holiday was orgasmic. I mean, the girls above us might have said that.
No, don't be jealous.
Very good.
But the thing is, right? Yeah, so every 3 hours we just went mentally insane, and then we eventually came home just depressed, being like, okay, we're probably going to go back at some point in the summer just because we've got to get that out of our system. So I went back a year later with a couple of other mates. But anyway, yeah, that's a story for another time, I think, because we've been going a while.
So Josh, hearing that story for like the 5th time, what did you think about it?
5th time. It gets, same old. There's some stuff I don't remember, but it's a very interesting story, I will say.
Do you have any questions that you think our audience members might be thinking?
To be fair, you were quite descriptive with everything.
With some parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, a bit too descriptive.
Yeah.
PG content, please.
I kind of asked the questions as I went.
Although, I would like to say, Ben is a good mate, because after the CIA incident, although we both woke up hanging, I'd made a misery of the bathroom. Like, I had to throw them everywhere. Ben bloody cleaned it up, bloody champion.
Yeah, man.
Like, good on you, mate. I was very appreciative of that.
Yeah. But obviously, this has just been the first podcast talking about Magaluf. I do have other adventures there. We're probably going to talk about another podcast. This is just going to be like a weekly thing, just us chatting away.
We do get up to shenanigans, and so since that story,
we've got loads more.
We've all branched out. So Josh and Ben are full-time jobs. I've gone to uni, so that comes with a load of stories as well. And we just generally get into mischief. Plenty of stories. Oh,
we have a special guest who's just entered the room. Hey! Ben's dad's made an appearance already. Usually it's RJ's mum, but
audio listeners, you'll have heard the door open and shut. But yeah, Ben's dad just all audio listeners. We haven't recorded this.
Yeah.
But we have anyway. Yeah, that was Ben's dad. Just graced us with an appearance.
The guy that almost ran.
Ben's dad, by the way, tried to me over.
That's another story.
I think that's one of the funniest.
Well, we're about at the 40-minute mark. Let's try and get to 45 minutes. Let's get a nice round number.
To be fair, I'd say we've covered a lot, actually, to be honest, RJ. That was...
Yeah.
Only thing I would say, Josh will talk more on another podcast. He just wasn't here for that holiday.
Yeah, I might as well not even have been in this podcast, to be honest with you.
I saw some cheeky little checks of the phone.
Yeah.
But I got bored. I've been on Photoshop, and I'm not going to lie, I've been designing the background for the podcast.
Alright, nice. This has been productive.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate. I think we got a little bit...
Yeah, this is why it's not good to talk about shit like this, man. I'm excluded from the group.
Yeah, but I tell you what we could talk about very
Listen, Josh is a mad lad on a night out. I've seen him.
So, these tablets have been taken. These tablets have been taken since.
Not by me.
Yes, by you, Ben.
What?
Do you not remember football?
Oh yeah, but no, not in the same circumstances.
No. But I briefly want to talk about that night because I didn't.
That night, mate, it wasn't fucking night for me and Ben. It was like 24/7.
I had just finished my first year of uni, and I still had a couple of these tablets. And because they improve essentially everything about you for about 12 hours, we were playing some five-a-side, and I gave Ben and Josh some. But I say they take a little bit of time to set in. So nothing really happened at footy. Ben, Josh, like this is you. Like, in fact, Josh, you tell what happened here because this is very much a
basically, me and Ben thought, you know what, we'll give it a go. Why not? Because RJ's big this up to us. It's like the Matrix pill type.
And Ben's experience.
Yeah, and
personality shift for the century.
Whilst massively smashed on alcohol.
This was before, wasn't it? Or was this after?
I feel like
this was before. Ben had, yeah.
Was it?
Because the reaction was so bad to this was because I think it was my first.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. maybe. I'm out of time. Anyway,
basically, RJ said this is going to enhance you so much. You're gonna basically feel more alert, and you know
we're gonna win the game.
Your game's gonna be sound. And me and Ben went about our game, and needless to say, we did not feel a single effect, and we did like consult each other, like you feeling anything? I was like, no, I don't feel absolutely anything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I'd probably say 12 o'clock, like 12 p.m.
after the game,
or 12 a.m., however you want to see it.
Midnight.
Me and Ben could not sleep. Like, our brains were fully turned on. Like, nothing. Like, I don't even know. Like, sleep wasn't a thing for us.
Yeah. From what I remember, there was probably about every hour up until about 7 o'clock in the morning, which is when I went to sleep to go to work for 8 o'clock.
I was in work for 7.
Yeah. So I didn't get to sleep until about 7. I think Josh was about the same as well. And every hour, we were literally... I don't know, do you want to explain?
Well, just literally every hour, it was just me and Ben messaging each other saying, "Are you awake?"
You there? You awake?
We literally couldn't sleep. I spent probably an hour.
Video ideas.
Oh yeah, this is what I was about to say. I spent an hour at my desk coming up with video ideas. That was, pretty good ideas. I don't even know why we didn't do them, but yeah, it was a mental experience.
But
just kept us
awake.
awake.
Both say, because I remember asking you this question on my answer. It almost removed sleep that evening because didn't you get through the day fairly okay?
Yeah, literally. You wouldn't have thought you hadn't slept at all because you could work normally.
It's like sleeping a tablet. It just kept you awake for 12 hours and then just dropped you back off where you were, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And mentally.
Don't.
Don't.
They have some interesting effects, but the thing is, the effects it's so situational and so dependent on what's happening around you. The shots that we did caused us to have full-on personality shifts. It caused Ben and Josh to not being able to shut down at all. Like the power button had been removed from them. And I've had some other experiences with them, but that is for another time. But I would like to thank everyone who's still stuck around for this long for listening. We probably should have said this before, but I'm sure I'll throw in a clip somewhere of, we do run a YouTube channel, Outcast Squad. Most of you, if you've made it this far, probably came from there. But if you haven't, and if you've just found us through Spotify, thank you very much. Go check out our channel. We post some fairly regular content.
Yeah, it is regular.
If you like E-Boys rip-offs, it's fine.
Yeah, we rip off a lot of E-Boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been the Outcast Squad. I've been Mr. RJ. This has been Simply Ben. I'm Josh. Thank you for listening.
And good night.